today this video is going to be about trying really hard in the public servers. So we're just going to pick a moderately good country like Spain and showing you the try-hard strategies that people do. So locking in the Spain, you of course want to go for Andorra, just find Andorra, and also Gibraltar. Next, for if you want to really try hard, go for the ignore public safety and improve infrastructure for the reduced costs. And because of the reduced cost, you're of course able to make 2 civilian factories. Get one more. Tick. There you go. Then now we just define Andorra. Declare war on Gibraltar. At the same time, guys, you also want to max out military spending just to get ahead of the game, and then make sure you get your doctrine as quick as possible. So we're going to be killing Andorra for the $75 million, and then same Gibraltar. So this is probably enough civilian factories, to be honest with you, for factory output 2. And we're going to turn these off so we can accumulate political power. Now with this in mind, we have like 33 million, which is a good amount of money. And I can probably make one more mortar factory. Then when these factories start getting up, which is right about now, starts selling first, since we did do the strategy of improve infrastructure and ignore safety regulation. We were able to get our civilian factories very early compared to everyone else. So we're able to rush the trades and get ahead of the game. I'm also going to justify on Portugal. He is a player, but it doesn't really matter because he's going to die really quickly. Portugal does justify on us first. Then I'm just going to go ahead and sell about 8, since I'm assuming people are selling electronics at the same time as me. So I'm just going to sell about 8 because the 12 that you usually sell would be invalid. Someone is also selling electronics. Also trades here. Now with the trades, it is something you gain of experience as you're rushing them. And he's gonna try to rush from my capital, but it doesn't really matter because I got some tanks going in, and there's no way he takes grid in time. So that in mind, I'll also protect my factories down here. Then yep, my tanks are online. So there's very early game war. We should be able to easily win this. And we're also going to get a bit of anti-corruption spending, so we can start going for our favorite political elites very early. So unless this guy deletes my factories, it shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's go to spam more just in case he does the sieging on me. Would be pretty bad. At that point we can start counterattacking, back up political power, or military power I mean. Got enough for great support. Remember, you definitely want to rush stalwart defense for the war exhaustion and the base stability. That helps a lot. So now I'm just gonna go for his square cities, start sieging them so they can't make tanks anymore. And now that's pretty much over. So, alright, so for killing France, I'm gonna get maybe 4 destroyers. He doesn't have a battleship, so I don't really need to get one either. And I know he's not gonna win the destroyer spam against me. Might be able to, but I doubt it. Then we're gonna go for a flanking maneuver right here. Right. Flanking maneuver gives, of course, gives the bonus 1.2, 1.5 times, which is really good. Now, I do want to deny USA from spawning some tanks in, so I'm going to send in 1,000 tanks for that. Make sure you delete your factories as well, because those ones, they don't produce as much if it's occupied, and it also just consumes the same amount of resources, so it's pretty useless to have. So it does seem like France kind of gave up. He's not really fighting back. So I will actually attack the USA more than France. Now we're kicking USA out of Europe, and we can now focus more on France because USA can no longer defend them. Russia in the war, I'm actually going to Scorch since I don't really want to do though. Just right now. Scorch a bit of Germany. Just so he can, as a buffer zone, and so if he did push, he'd be losing a lot of troops. So he does have a bit of unrest, so he has low stability, about maybe 50% or lower. And we can maybe start to try see if we can kill him as early as possible. Russia is a threat, but again, he scorched a bit of the land, so he's gonna try and take some stuff, then he's gonna lose a lot of troops. This should be pretty much a death of them. Alright, USA scorched everything, so I'm just gonna do all this. And now I can probably go for skip the entire Russian line and go straight for Russia itself. gonna group up our tanks, and then we're probably gonna go for an angle where we're gonna attack St. Petersburg into Moscow. So, I have a bunch of troops. I'm just gonna spam these out as a distraction. They're gonna send these tanks to Moscow and hopefully try and take it. And remember, because of Stalwart, I can actually because of Stalwart defense and it giving negative 0.01 for exhaustion, I don't really need to spend as much money on security spending. Fascism is, in my opinion, the best ideology right now, because fascism combined with the max military spending is really, really good. I'm gonna spam artillery. I'm gonna just spam my tanks out like this. So now, since I can't actually fight his tanks, that's too much, I'm just gonna go and kill his factories. Let's check Russia's trades to see he's not making any trades. So his economy is purely tax-based, and yeah, that's gonna be really bad for him because it's probably not that much anyway. If you look at this infrastructure and his development, it's very low. Alright, so I think I'm gonna let go of Quantum for a little. Let's go for my troops, because Stalwart, because Static Lines, which has the natural anti-tank, plus these alien troops that are now researched, should do the trick on killing Russia. And again, you might be And again, just the reason why this is all working is just because of this 15 million trade. Might be pretty lucky that we did get India, but look at all these other countries that we're also selling to. It should be, I'm just gonna get this just to be safe. The anti-tank. Gonna go 360 on Moscow, and this should be over. Yep, Russia scorches everything. This GG, I'm gonna GG back. So at this point, I'm just gonna clean up the rest of Europe. I'm so strong that there's nothing really informative to tell you, since my country is just so much better than their country, and I can easily just kill Italy, Bulgaria, Hungary. Alright, it does seem like we did overwhelm Canada. We now have a city that isn't scorched, so we can start going for Ottawa itself. There's nothing we can do about these attackers and transport troops though, because we don't have an air base, and we're also too far away. As you can see, he's not actually doing equalized movement, so his aircraft carrier is lagging behind by a large amount, and I can maybe snipe it with my submarine. So if you think about it, we basically killed all of Europe, USA, Canada, Brazil, Italy, Hungary, Russia, Bulgaria, and Jordan, with as just Morocco, Algeria, Spain. If you're going to take away anything from this video as a lesson, the top things I will tell you are to trade consumer goods to many small countries. This will allow you to get over 10 million in trades, which is a good amount and will let you get max military spending, which will let you easily win battles. The next big thing is to not annex countries you don't need to. Stalwart defense and some security spending will help you manage the war exhaustion, and the cheap government spending and research spending is really helpful to get quantum as early as possible. Also, the occupied land from the annexed countries also act as a buffer zone and you can scorch it if you want with no consequence. Finally, you do not need to get limited conscription unless you're doing a hyper aggressive and constantly fighting playstyle like I am doing over here. But if you are, limited conscription is very important to get, and I recommend it a lot. Anyways, that's all I have for you, and I'll see you in the next Smack That Game video.